Welcome to this show called Eat with the Owner. So today is episode 31, and thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you. And your name is
Yeah, I'm Tengfei.
Tengfei. Tengfei is like flying high.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, my parents, I guess they want me to fly away, so that's what I did.
Okay, great. I guess I contacted you through Brenda, right?
Yes, Brenda.
So you are a good friend with Brenda?
Yeah, actually, we ran together in a running group, a Chinese running group. Yeah.
It's called what is it? MCR?
MCR, yeah. Montreal
Chinese
Runners.
Runners. MCR.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people running there, right?
Yeah. And there are a lot of them. They are real athletes. They're really super good at running.
Is Arden and what is the other name? The Fang and Arden, the Fang Lei Fang.
Oh yeah.
They are in the group as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they moved to Calgary, I guess.
Already?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of their photo, Facebook photos. I thought they were traveling, so they moved,
Definitely, yes, definitely. They were moved permanently to Calgary.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been a while, I guess.
But they've been running a lot of marathons already. Tons of them,
exactly.
hundreds of them.
Yeah, especially I guess Lei.
Yeah.
She's really good at running, but they've never tried themselves before, I guess. Yeah. So.
And they were on the show as well. I guess it's like episode 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
We had three of us together.
So you got a lot of Chinese guests. Also.
Yeah, we got several already because I knew them. Knew Arden, the husband, playing soccer long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, long time ago.
So yes, I guess people who like doing sports, we just gather us together
Playing soccer needs a lot of running. Yeah, but it's I like to run. 10 years ago, I guess for the semi marathon, half marathon in Montreal. Yeah. The semi I finished I guess almost 2 hours. Yeah,
that's
1 hour
really
56.
But that's a. Yeah. I mean that's
at the beginning time. I was I had 2 or 3 colleagues together, or 3 other colleagues. They were jogging they were walking at the end. So, but I did not walk. I all the way jogging to the end.
So
within
running.
2 hours.
You kept running until
the end. I kept running and.
That's the spirit. Yeah. I mean 2 hours is a really good time.
Yeah, 1 hour 56.
It's I guess I may be able to do it, but I never had it as a real time for myself.
Before I had this restaurant, I had a kind of relaxing lifestyle. So I live in the West Island 10 years ago. Every night I run from my house to a train station, Point Claire train station. So back on the Google map, about 10 kilometers. I measured 5 kilometers. So round trip about 10. So
it's like a routine.
Yeah. So I kind of every week I ran 3 or 4 nights.
Wow, that's a lot. So you're a runner.
So you try to keep in shape that time, but I ate a lot. So even today I'm lighter than that time. I'm lighter than
okay. I guess it depends not only on
I really tried to reduce my weight to 70 kilo.
You want to lose several weights?
Yeah. But I could not because every time I run and then I ate a lot. So
yeah, I mean that depends on a lot of things. Sometimes it's your mood. Actually, it's not. It depends on what you take in and what you just consume. Sometimes I guess it's more about actually your whole your whole general status. It depends on a lot of things. Not only just eat and sports.
So the semi-marathon, I made just that once before I prepare a little bit. So just a 10 kilometer every evening, but never 21 kilometer. So, but the first time I did 21 kilometer, it seems not that bad because you have people running with you. So you're passing people or some people passing you. So keep you also my other colleagues, the company, the colleagues, they were at the beginning they were fast. At the end they were all way behind. Yeah. I lost them, but it's fun to have people running with you. But if you run alone at night, it's really tough. You just for me was really.
You got a lot of resistance.
Yeah. Just want to stop. It's crazy. Even 10 kilometers. and I was listening to that time was Tiny Shuffle. I guess that time was the iPod Shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
that time. Yeah.
Okay, that time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
yeah.
age, okay.
Yeah, about 10, 12, 13 years ago. So that's why like people, if they keep running for long distance, 20, 30, like 40 kilometers, that's amazing. That's crazy. So I think it must be mentally tough. Like you have to,
I guess you just need to train yourself. You can't just go running and then like one day you say, yeah, I want to do a marathon on this day, and I tried to do the like 32.
Did you do the full marathon already? Or?
I've done like twice. I've done 2 times.
Jeez.
It was in Quebec City, and it was a long time ago. Actually, I guess the first time when I did it, it was 6 years ago, and the second time was 4 years ago. So that's quite a long time. I'm training to do like a third one, like in my life this year.
That's amazing. I cannot imagine after I finished a 21 kilometer. I think no, it's like 42 is crazy.
Yeah,
the full marathon is.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Like you can just run much slower actually.
Yeah, maybe
and
it's
then
slower,
it'll be possible. Yeah. And it's all about training. I guess it's around. Every time I trained from 4 months to 6 months to run a single only one marathon. So that's a long time of preparation too.
Wait, to save some time, we can start ordering.
Yeah.
You haven't been to our restaurant here, right?
Actually, it's I guess yes, but it's like maybe 5 years ago.
I want to take this chance as well to show people like for two people how do they order? How do we order? So just to see like typical two people eating together. Like you order 3 dishes, 4 dishes, 2 dishes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I've heard of your restaurant the first time. It's a friend, and it's a local friend.
Yeah.
He suggested me your restaurant.
Really?
Yes, and because he was in China for a long time too, and he said this is a restaurant that he felt like really like to eat at a real restaurant in China.
Yeah. We really try hard, but it's a lot of things we don't do. Something we do. It's kind of a.
You also need to get like adapted to
North American as well,
to
local customers. So we have General Tao chicken, orange beef. That's 2 very, very typical.
Yes, like
other than that, most
American
of them,
Asian.
Yeah. Other than those 2, kind of most other stuff like traditional.
Yeah, I guess it's important, and I remember it was really good 5 years ago.
That's still in Codenage, right? That 5 years ago.
No, it was here. I remember.
Maybe 4 years ago. We opened 4.5 years.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it was quite new here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved end of 2017. So do you eat a lot of meat or more like light?
I would say both, because like Chinese.
Yeah, we eat everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess meat is always good, because like if we want to eat at a restaurant, we always try to eat some meat. It's like a big meal for Chinese people.
Yeah, little bit heavy.
Okay, I will try with. So what would be your suggestions?
It's probably you choose. It's better for you to choose. I ate all of them already.
That's right. Okay.
So we buy sections here or pork. Or pork.
It's been a long time. Didn't try this one.
Yeah, we can try that.
Pork with pickled vegetable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit fatty though, but it's great. I guess it's.
It's something that you are never like.
You don't make at home.
Exactly.
It's not. If you you have to make a big batch, right? It's at home. It's not worth it.
I will try something that I can never like cook by myself, and that's the objective today. And some veggie always with it.
Vegetable is the always good ones. The dry fried green beans very popular. Dry fried green beans very popular, and the cabbage stir fry and the eggplant potato bell pepper. So those. I don't have stats, but I see it a lot of times they are ordered.
I see. Yeah, I guess this one that's the eggplant, potatoes, and the bell peppers.
Yeah.
That's the one that my friend suggested me.
Yeah,
Like, what's its origin? Like in China?
It's in
Eastern?
Dongbei, Dongbei.
Northeastern.
Northeastern. Yeah. Want to try that one?
I'm hesitating. I saw another one. I would take the tofu one.
Okay, that one very light. Tofu stir fry with pot herb mustard. I don't know what is pot. 雪里红 pot herb mustard. It's very light. This one you can
move down the plant.
try that one.
Yeah, well, we'll try that one.
Okay.
I'm looking into the translations. And I want to also is this I'm looking for this one. Okay, it's tofu again.
Yeah,
so maybe another.
Yeah, maybe another one. Oh, you want a spicy food?
Oh, this is spicy.
This one. If you want this one, you can try the Sichuan spicy pot 麻辣香锅.
Ooh, okay.
Is it spicy? I want to try that one as well.
You suggest me. I can eat spicy, but it's not like a routine. But I like spicy.
Okay.
I guess I ate.
You need a steamed rice as well, right?
Yeah, rice.
Yeah,
that'll be that'll be better. I guess it's quite full.
Yeah.
And
I
wonder if we can finish off them.
Yeah, 3 should be fine. I guess
so.
Have a lot of time to eat.
Yeah.
Get this. So the video will not stop, but I will run downstairs, give this order to the kitchen. So it will be really quick. I will be back.
Take your time.
我忘了用那个抄一下，用那个纸抄一下，你就写1号就可以。
They get even their restaurant thing on the chopsticks. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, you've been in Montreal how many years? How long?
Has been 3 years. Almost 3 years. It's not a long time.
Yeah, not long at all.
I was.
So you're well connected already to.
Yeah, that because actually I said like 4 years ago I was in a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So
you were visiting.
Yes, I visited Montreal like.
But where were you before that Montreal?
I was in Quebec City for quite a long time, for 8 years.
Seriously, so that's why your French is pretty good.
Yeah, and I was in France as well. I studied in France, so yeah, that's a long story.
That's amazing. That's if you like it, I always want to tell people's like life story, like when you were very young, and then because your generation, like you will see the globalization, people moving around all the globe.
That's right. Yeah. I got all my friends also. They are like very well over the world, and I have questions for you as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, we can. But can I start with you?
Sure.
Like, where you were born, like in China?
I was born in Nanjing, Jiangsu province.
Actually, I'm from Huaiyin.
Oh, so we're quite close. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Did not know that.
Yes, so because I don't have
first time
any.
We chat.
Yes, and I don't have any like people would say they can't tell me from my Chinese accent now because I guess I traveled a lot.
But our dialect very close.
That's right.
Yeah. From our region to Nanjing, very close the dialect.
I see. I guess people would just suggest you don't speak any good like when you don't pronounce it them well, they will think that you're speaking the accent, like the dialect.
Yeah. But Nanjing, I've met a lot of people from Nanjing. Lot of people.
I really don't know a lot of Nanjingese. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, especially in Montreal, I lost all of my I just arrived here by myself.
They even have a group, Nanjing Tongxianghui, I guess. Really? Yeah. Lot of Nanjing. In the restaurant, I meet a lot of people. Sometimes I chat with them to say, they are Chinese. I will say, where are you from? Like, which province, which city? Lot of Nanjing. A lot of people from Nanjing and Suzhou as well.
That surprised me a lot. That surprised me a lot because I guess like the climate here, like they're quite tough. It's quite tough for people from my region because
it's very cold here.
Yeah, compared to like a full season, very separated city.
Yeah, I guess you are very young, but I don't want to ask your age. But what about like how
You
old?
can,
Like,
actually,
but
you can.
so when like you moved, when was how old were you? Like you first time you moved like
Yeah, so
to out of country.
I left Nanjing. I left China at age of 18.
Yeah, that's not too young. That's
No, it's
perfect
not.
age.
Oh, really? You would
Grown
think so?
up.
Okay. Yeah.
So you attended university somewhere, right? In France?
Yes, I attend my university in France, in several different cities, and never in Paris. People always ask me if I ever seen Paris, but no, I visited Paris only, and I was I stayed in several small cities to finish my study there. At the end of my second year in university, I got a internship to do. And I chose to do in Canada, actually. And I got a scholarship from the government of France.
Really?
Yeah, to support me to do my study in Canada, to do my internship in Canada. So I remember, because it's very important for me to be like financially independent from my parents. So that's, I guess, the first time that I'm saying, I won't like get any money from this internship, but I will get my air ticket and all my life, actually, my life's expense covered. So that's super important. I was like, I'll go for this. I'm not going for money, but
that's amazing. But when you get to France, were you like prepared of French language or like in China? Like
actually it's very intense. I didn't plan to go to France for study when I graduate from high school. So I attended Gaokao as everyone. After it, I realized, I didn't get a good score, like to go to any universities that I wanted. So at that time, actually, my parents sent me. So we discussed all together what would be all the options. And actually, France is a good option because it's not that expensive.
And a lot of things is almost free or something.
It is.
France and Germany, right? Germany as well. They said this.
There are several countries. I would say all the European countries except maybe
British,
England.
British.
And maybe also like Netherlands. Actually, all the European countries except the English-speaking countries, probably.
That's interesting. So, what about you say very low cost? What kind of like the number like for tuition? The cost on the school charge you like 5,000 or 10,000 a year, even
less than that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So there's no tuition fees.
No tuition fee. So you just cover your living cost.
Yeah, but there's only scholar, like kind of inscription, like to register. Register fee.
But that's not a lot. 1,000, few hundred.
Yeah, it's several hundred.
That's amazing.
So it's around.
So they are helping. So these European countries, they are helping all the young people from the world.
You would say that, or actually, I guess they just want everyone to be able to get access to school. But for sure, it's for only public schools. Yeah, but at the same time, they didn't have any like I would say limits for foreigner students because it's not an industry for European countries. So there's like they didn't forbid anyone. They didn't just.
So if they have some criteria, as long as you meet the criteria, you can
exactly
go
for
to the
languages
school.
And for anything.
Really, that's amazing.
In that like point of view, actually, you would say like European countries, they are like
more accepting, more open, more accepting
for education. Actually,
that's amazing.
Yeah, not like here. I mean,
unfortunately, when I graduated, I had a lot of pressure, financial pressure, so I had to start working right away. Otherwise, I would, go to Europe or something. Lot of friends I met here, immigrants, the Chinese immigrants here, is a good portion of them, good percentage of them from France.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them they had experience either working in France or studied in France, and then so when they applied immigration in Quebec, so easy for them. It's just like walk through.
That's what I'm saying because I guess because Montreal it's still a French-speaking city.
It's crazy for people from France. It's
quite easy.
It's very easy. So, but like back to that time, like when you after the Gaokao time, the exam, national exam, you you just spend some time preparing French, or
Yes, exactly. I remember it's like a 3 months like intense courses
Yeah.
of French, only French.
3 months you
3
can
months.
you can have conversation after that.
Not really, but you can understand most of
Yeah.
it. I guess I'm quite still in the Chinese
Yeah.
world.
Okay,
So
okay.
you learned and you taking a lot
Yeah.
of like knowledge all
Okay.
at once, but actually you can speak at that time.
Okay, okay.
It's not our I would say advantage
Okay,
to
okay.
be able to speak like easily. So but actually you understand a lot of things. You understand after 3 months. I would say when someone talking French, I would just realize it very quickly, and then I understand maybe more than 50% of what they said. I mean, in like daily life,
Yeah.
not in academy or
Okay,
anything
okay.
else. So yeah.
Actually, I have been learning French for more than 10 years here. My French is still really bad. I kept the same like the courses like Rosetta Stone or Living French, I guess those, and also Rocket French, Living Language, those kind of 3 or 4 different sets of the French courses. I finished every time half to the halfway because after that it would be more advanced, more difficult. So I stopped. Like, so I know a lot of grammar. I pronounce whatever. I have a kind of okay foundation, but just could not have find time to build the vocabulary, to have the listening part.
Maybe
And
it's
very
not
very
necessary for you. I mean,
no,
because
very,
for with English you're able to live. But in France,
no.
since
Right
you
now we have chapter BO
that's
96,
that's right.
and also I'm having a restaurant, so you face customers.
That's right. That's right.
And some customers don't speak French, they're gonna go back to China.
yeah, I see that. But you can get your stuff.
Yeah.
You can get French speaking stuff, and then
French will be what is aller à la Chine?
yeah,
It's
or even it's bad. It's like a retourner en Chine.
Yeah,
maybe.
retourner en Chine.
Like go
Yeah.
back to China.
Retourner. Yeah. Chine.
Yeah, but I guess for me at that time when I was at age of 18,
But you learn everything fast also. You're super young.
I'm not sure about that because I was
when you prepare the Gaokao and with that intensity, I guess everything after that is kind of you're used to that. It's very intense to prepare the national test.
But maybe for some people, their head just shut down after. They don't want to
Yeah,
learn
exactly. Some
anything
people just
after.
it's done. And people kind of went to a crazy mode.
Yeah, but actually, I'm a very good language learner. I would say.
Yeah.
I guess it's somehow something like
maybe
wrong
your brain,
with me.
your brain wired that way. It's easy to with languages.
For me, I'm actually I can see because I learned with people and I had all my classmates with me, so I would say like I always.
For me, learning language is so bad, so difficult.
Actually,
I forced myself to learn English for almost 20 years, 19, 18 years. It's kind of spent quite a lot of time, and it's amazing, so slow to learn. And the French French is gonna kill me. But at the end, I see in next 5-10 years, my French will be okay to have a conversation because I live in Montreal.
Yeah.
I don't have plan to move anywhere else. I have a 9-year-old daughter, almost 10, 9.5.
Okay.
So she's French, English, Chinese.
Yeah, that's great.
So
yeah.
I have to, we don't want to move around with a kid like.
For the second generation, it's much easier actually, but I mean,
for the first generation, my idea always adapt. For me, that's why at the beginning I thought English was okay until the Bill 96 or whatever. The more and more they push like French.
That's right.
Like to be honest, at the beginning everybody knew the French was the only official language in Quebec, but a lot of immigrants for like me was hoping like. It's kind of more relaxed, more open. You speak okay English, you're gonna be fine doing business or live your life. Nobody gonna bother you. But at the end, if you go to, for example, hospitals or the government institutions, they ask you, they serve you only in French. That would be, problematic.
We got something. Thank you.
谢谢。
谢谢。
So I really admire those you guys like can speak both French and English. That's
Yeah, but sometimes
that's my
just
life goal.
I mean, at the end of the day, in the end, it's just a tool. French,
Yeah.
I mean, French or English language is only a tool for you to live somewhere. So
Yeah, but the government they try to make your life much more difficult if you don't speak French here. So that you have to adapt as well.
yeah, it's
You know?
because it's also related to politics.
Yeah, politics, the
to
ideology.
Also cultural.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, when they always say like you have freedom choice of this, you freedom a lot of rights of that. But when you know when
You don't have
it's
any-
not in their interest, they say you know
you don't
you're
have
not
any
welcome.
freedom, to speak the language that you choose. I mean,
It's their interest or ideology or their agenda. Oh, just here.
okay, I try it. That's what you did.
This one is very light. For me, is usually if I eat, I don't order this one. It's so
Okay.
light.
I would say, you know the green beans, not green beans, the leaves, right?
Yeah.
It's fermented. How do you
Fermented also.
fermented, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it's from our region. I guess that's why
Yeah, we have that one. In Chinese name is 雪里红.
Yeah. And we use
The-
it
the-
a lot, like in Nanjing or.
That character is difficult. Always say 雪里qi, but it's 雪里红.
Oh, I.
You don't know how to write it?
I know.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
recognize it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I always say it's 雪里红.
Yeah, it's the correct way
Oh.
pronounce. But a lot of people recognize only part of the character,
I
so
see,
that's
I see.
qi.
Okay, I guess I learned it because my parents they say it, so I learned it by hearing it first, so that's why. It's good. It's really good.
So what is your what is you said you did not have the score for the university you like in China. What university in your mind that time you were? Nanjing has a lot of great universities.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Nanjing is a second city. It has a
behind Beijing, right?
Exactly. So it has much more.
Yeah.
Not much more, but it has more universities than in Shanghai.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I know.
didn't
Yeah,
know.
because I'm from the region.
That's right.
The Nanjing will be most people in Jiangsu will be their first choices for those universities.
So you went there, right? You went there.
I went to Tianjin University.
Oh, okay.
Because I was 1997 that year in my Gaokao time,
Okay.
1997, the return of Hong Kong, the same year.
Okay.
And that time my score was about. I always try to learn computer science.
Okay.
So we were looking at the computer science from different universities. So Nanjing University was too high for me. I cannot reach Nanjing University for the computer science. So the next good ones will be Dongnan University.
Okay. Yeah.
So Dongnan
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a Southeast University. What have the English name? I'm not sure. So it's a good one, but it's that level is my level.
Okay.
Then I found another university in North, like Tianjin University. Every year, in the past 2 or 3 years. 好，谢谢。
谢谢。
In the past 2 or 3 years, they always have those kind of reference of the how many points you need for certain major.
Because at that time, you didn't know your score.
Yeah. We have to blind guess.
It's like a lottery actually.
Yeah, it's very brutal. It's very brutal game. Sometimes you thought you're good, and you can get so many points. But for those 3 days of exams, you kind of messed up whatever, and then you kind of changed the whole thing for you.
There are so many uncertainties actually.
Yeah. That one was really bad.
You don't know what's your exact score. You don't know what would be the score line for each university that year.
I guess after several years after they changed that.
Yes.
I guess because it's so unfair and
yeah. When
reasonable.
I passed the Gaokao, we know what's the score for each one of us, and then we choose a university. But we still don't know what would be like because it depends on the number of people that apply.
Okay, how many applied for
Exactly.
the same major? So Tianjin University was the same every year with Dongnan University.
Okay.
So my idea was there. That time was like as a guy, that time always like you want to be far away from home.
That's good.
Yeah. So then you grow up fast or you
That's
kind
the
of
idea.
be, yeah.
That's a good choice. And Tianjin is very good university as well. Because a lot of people.
But in Jiangsu was not that famous at all. So
Okay.
Tianjin University in Jiangsu, it's kind of even, I guess the Dongnan University will be better than Tianjin University.
That's right.
But on the country level, the national level, it's opposite. The Tianjin University was pretty good.
It is.
So it's kind of a lucky.
Yeah, I got friends from Nankai and from Tianjin
Yeah.
University, so I know actually it's a very good university.
Yeah, after the graduation, 4 years in Tianjin University, it was so easy for us to get a job because it's almost top 10 for the engineering universities. So computer science, so very, very easy at that time. But if I were
People still, I guess it's still the local mind. Like when we're in the same province, we don't want to go far. Actually, all your parents, your family don't want you to go far away from home.
And you can come home very easy, right?
Yeah.
Like you can like a national day, long holiday, you can come back home.
That's right.
So, no, but which university you were looking for at that time?
Actually, I was looking for. It's a hard question to answer because that year it's 2008. It's year like we got a reform, so Gaokao reform.
Yeah.
So a lot of things changed, and that year they changed the full score. And they changed also the way to get into university. You got not only like
That's one time they changed the relative score, right?
That's the year actually we got. We need to choose like 2 subjects from 3, and then actually you will get instead of a score you will get a degree. You will get a level. It's level A, B, or C, and it depends on levels if you can go to Iban or Urban or Sanban. Actually, I got a C. I got a C in chemistry. And then that means I can't apply any school in Iban or Urban. So there are only like the last level of university that I choose, and they're actually expensive.
Okay.
And
but in the high school, like, were you knew you had to study really hard to go to a good university, or you had a mind of like little bit open-minded, or? I'm
not the one who got a really good marks at school. So especially in my school, like I came from like maybe the most one of the most famous high schools.
Some 实验中学, some
kind of. Yeah, so everyone they're so good at study actually. So I'm always wondering to go somewhere like. Maybe a good. Actually, I have no idea. I guess I didn't make any clear idea where I could go at that time. That's what happened.
Yeah. But what were you like? A little bit good at the mathematics or physics or even Chinese language or English? Which subject you were good? So
that's a problem. Actually, I guess I was really good at like Chinese, English, and all the like what would you say?
文科.
Yeah, 文科. I guess it's physical. No, it's not. It's social science.
Yeah, social science.
I'm really good at social science, but I listen to my parents and listen to also the society. People always said who get like good marks in physical, in all the scientific science.
Or the engineering side. It's easier to get a job.
Yeah, and it's easy it'll be easy for your life actually. Yeah. So that's what I choose. But it's not really what I'm good at, actually. Yeah. I try this one.
For me, it was very simple choice for me that time. I made all my decisions. My parents, they don't ask me anything.
Yep. So it's only about you.
Yeah.
So that's really good because my parents, they participated a lot in that.
So for me, it's easy. I wanted to have some engineering technical stuff because that time I knew I'm from a countryside, very poor countryside.
Okay.
So that time we knew kind of when I was 18, I knew the society. If you want to do really well, you have to have kind of connections or something. So when you're from a very bad background, so if a lawyer, because one high school teacher, as an English teacher, I believe, he told me you always talk back and you have rhetorics, and he said you have to be a lawyer because I was talking too much.
Okay.
And have a lot of reasoning with other people.
Okay.
So he said you're going to be a great lawyer. But then to be a lawyer or something, those kind of, you have to talk to people. You have to have sometimes deal with people relationships. So you have to background to get a good position, to get out of trouble.
Some society level to get connections with those people. I see. But I guess you must be. Are you like the? Did you get the like best score in your village or things like that? Because it's a very very good score.
Actually, the village, I was the first one from the village ever to go to a university.
Wow.
It's a poor university in Huayin province or Huayin city, but we have a county and then town and village. We're in the village.
Okay.
Actually, the same year we have another guy from the same village, and from grade 1 primary school, all the time he was. Sometimes we're in the same class, but sometimes in the same grade, not different class. But he was always better than me.
Okay.
Always better. So he went to the computer science in Nanjing University.
Okay.
You see, about that time, he got 30 or 40 points more than me. So he's that good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was our high school, senior high school was pretty good in the whole county. Was founded in 1927. Was a good.
So you two are like the
The
two
first one.
people
Yeah.
who went to university.
Yeah. But he was a lot better than me. Yeah. He went to Nanjing University. I went to Tianjin University. But like people outside of Jiangsu province, they thought it's probably similar or Nanjing a little bit higher. But in Jiangsu province, so Nanjing University is much better than Tianjin University.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy was always better than me. And the total score for different subjects, I never had more than him in the whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so good. That guy is crazy.
He didn't. He still got a better job.
Yeah.
I mean, a better score.
And here, I guess for our whole 400, maybe we have 600 for them. Maybe 400 for the senior that year. He probably top 5, the whole school. Top 5, top 4 probably.
The whole province.
No, not the whole school. Our school.
Okay.
So his score probably he can qualify for Tsinghua or Beijing University.
I see.
But
Okay.
the little bit worse major cannot be computer science.
I see. And you were not sure about that before you
have to
applied
guess.
it.
Yeah. But he was always top 5 for the whole school.
Okay.
So he knew, I guess his first choice is Nanjing University because he knew if he got lucky in the exam, probably can bump up a little bit to reach Beijing Tsinghua University for the computer science the best. But he said it's too risky. I guess at the end, his score could not go to Tsinghua University computer science.
So he made a good decision.
Yeah, good choice.
Do you have any news of him now?
Yeah. Because our family was so close, the physical location was so close. And I guess last year, 3 years ago, before the pandemic, I brought my daughter to China, like when she was 6, for the first time after she was born.
Okay.
So they like he has a younger brother, so they both live in Nanjing. Because Nanjing is the best city for Jiangsu province.
That's right.
So,
yeah, it's the capital city.
Especially you are from countryside, so you settle there, you become a citizen there, you kind of a kind of success. So the 2 brothers brought their parents living in Nanjing with them as well. So actually, last time when I stopped in Nanjing, the flight will be in Shanghai, so I stay in Nanjing for 2 nights or 1 night, two or 3 nights. So I have a lot of classmates from senior high school. A lot of them in Nanjing as well, working in Nanjing, they live in Nanjing. So we get about 15 of them, had a big dinner together, 15 of them. And then those guys, this one from same village, he could not go to that dinner. But it's for the lunch, he and his parents, both brothers' parents, we had a separate lunch together. Because this guy had worked so hard. The weekend has to work overtime.
Okay.
So the company has to go to the company at night to work overtime.
Yeah, it depends on if he has his own company as well.
Yeah. No, it's working for the tech company. But it's a great company, good company. But they got a lot of pressure, to be honest. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's what happening in, I mean, maybe the whole Asia. Right?
Yeah. It's 3 years ago here, I was still working IT. So we just 9 to 5, even not even. And it's very relaxing. And,
the 996.
Yeah, for that guy who is a lot smarter than me. And he was a real geek.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good at computer games.
Okay.
So the computer, that time for us, 1997 was beginning of computer, PC.
That's right.
So we went to different universities. For him, he started playing the computer games. I was really slow. I did not like computer games. But he spent first year, second year in the university, play a lot of PC games. But he was good.
He didn't abandon his study at the same time.
Yeah, but his parents, but after our graduation from universities, he had trouble. He was a good-looking guy as well. Had trouble finding girlfriend. So his mom even asked talk to his son. Asked me to talk to his son to say how to talk to a girl or something.
Okay, teach him some.
Yeah, he was.
Some techniques.
He's a geek, He does not talk too much. I talk a lot, all the time.
I see.
But then, I guess his younger brother got married before him. That's always worrisome for parents.
Yeah. Especially if you are not from a big city. And you may think that Nanjing is quite a big city for you, but my parents, they still worry for me as well. Yeah. So.
But you're the only child, right?
That's right, but we still get different mentality, I would say. You need to get it's always you need to get married at age. Yeah. Everyone get married, otherwise you'll be abnormal. Oh. That's always what happened, and even here, I guess.
Yeah, because I grew up in a village. In our village, the marriage age is about 18, 19 years old.
Okay, so you don't go to university anyway. That was not an option.
Yeah. But if you not get married when you are 20, you will have big trouble. Because after you passing 20, that time they were introducing the matchmaker. So in the village, those kind of matchmakers. So if you are 20 and fail several times for matching, and even the matchmakers won't do any favor for you.
It's it's too late for you.
Yeah, it kind of don't have too much chance on you. So the parents are gonna be, I kind of invited the matchmakers. I know this good matchmaker, and then they live in other village. They have some young girls about the same age. Yeah, the same age. A lot of my buddies, they get kids when they're 20.
Wow. Yeah. So now their kids should be around 20, 25 now?
20 something already. Last time, one guy just contacted me about a year ago.
Yep.
2 years ago, I guess, or before the pandemic. Well, talking about want his son to come here to study here.
Yeah.
So that's great. But then he was talking about the French language thing. So they prefer Toronto area. A lot of
Chinese people too. Yeah. I guess I really like this one. And I'm wondering if they are the same veggies inside.
Actually, no. That's Meigan Cai. That's Meigan Cai. This is Xue Hong.
Okay, so they're all fermented.
Oh, wait. Meigan Cai. No, Meigan Cai is not made of Xue Hong.
Okay.
Meigan Cai is most famous from Zhejiang area. Jiangsu has good Meigan Cai as well. Jiangsu, Zhejiang, they have all could make. Megantai is like I guess it's regular leaf, like green leaf, like 白菜, 青菜, 白菜. When you boil them, not too much, just boil them and hung up dry, air dry them. You boil and air dry them, and then you lay them in a jar, big jar, and put some little bit salt. Over time, it's gonna kind of decaying whatever, so composite.
Yeah, so there are like much bigger leaves. This one, than
big
this
leaf.
one.
I'm from a village, so I knew how to do that. So we did that. The parents, grandparents, they all like in the fall, the autumn, October. You in the yard, you're gonna have the long rope to hang those kind of the dry vegetables.
Sometimes meat as well. You get like chicken, all the things. Yeah.
Everything air dry.
I like a air dryer.
Yeah, you hang there. You know the fish, the stinky fish. You hang them there, and then the flies will come, and then it becomes stinky.
But it's still good to eat.
It's good. It's like the tofu. It's the same idea, I guess. It's stinky fish, and it's dry. After some time, it's dry, but it's stinky, and you cook them with like in a kind of.
But does the fly do something?
Yeah. But this nature has a magic.
Okay.
It's super safe because over 1,000 years, 100
That's
years, people not dying from that.
Right.
It's crazy. Even the stinky tofu, the same thing. It smell really bad. You saw a lot of germs, bacteria, but some germs, bacteria, they're good for your stomach.
They are fungi.
Yeah.
It's like.
And we got some kind of. It's really stinky, the fish.
Okay, yeah, because I would think like maybe flies would just lay their eggs on it.
Yeah, even though some like what is the maggots?
No, sorry.
The maggots, the tiny worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the meat.
It's still good.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
They're just proteins.
Yeah, personally, I dealt with them like a lot when I was a kid. On the stinky fish.
Okay.
There's a lot of crazy techniques, whatever, the way of preserving. It's all about preserving the food for the for the winter. For the vegetables, like there was no fridge at all.
That's right.
Right, so you have to get a little bit green in the winter to keep you healthy, I guess. So
you need to
the
use
only vegetables that are good for that is the radish, the 大萝卜. The radish is the even the wrong one, and also the sweet potato, and also the cabbage, the big cabbage, napa.
大白菜.
Yeah, 大白菜 napa. This called the what I guess napa.
Yeah, napa or Chinese cabbage, but
yes, Chinese.
It's similar anyway. Yeah.
And they are good to store them in the winter. So we dig a big kind of a big hole.
Cave, I guess. It's not a cave.
Underground, big one, and you cover it with like the store whatever, and they cover it, but the opening is this big. Opening only this big, but it's about like meter and 2 meters deep. And it's a square, and then you put them. You put all those like radish and those kind of a napa like inside, and somehow it's keeping fresh for the whole winter. And every time you need something, because the opening is so small, have to be a kid to go under.
So that should be you.
Yeah, me or my brothers.
Okay.
And you go down, but when somebody gonna push you down to fish you down. And then you have to grab your hand because it's so deep.
Oh.
So at the last 50 centimeters, you have to jump. So you have to boom, you have a bump, and then you get a little basket to get the stuff, and then like push that up to the entrance. Somebody grab the basket, and then you kind of jump a little bit. Somebody grab your hand, and then pull you out. Yeah, it's
so that's why it's useful to have kids.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Like that's how we preserve vegetables. It's fresh.
I've heard of that, but I don't know about the details. What you? talk about?
The other way to preserve, especially the radish, somehow like the people living our area, we like radish a lot. The radish, the fresh, it's kind of a burning. If you eat when you're hungry, it burning your stomach, right? You feel the burning, the ache in the stomach.
The raw ones.
Yeah, the raw one. So a lot of time in the summer, we always eat them raw. We don't cook anyway. Like we just go to the field next to your house and we just pull one out like a rabbit in a cartoon. Seriously, like right food, we do the same thing, and we just wash it and then just eat them raw. But like that thing is great stuff in the summer. Like when we get a lot of them, we're gonna wash them and cut them to wedges. And put like a salt, put them in a jar, and it's amazing in the winter.
You ferment it again. I guess that's fermentation. That's the way we use it to preserve all the veggies and even meat. That's a secret.
And also when somehow it's over like several months, when you put them, air dry them again, and then you cut them to small cubes or something, and you kind of stir fry with them some spice, and it's amazing for just like serve them cold, and then sometimes you put a vinegar or the soy sauce, and you eat rice with that only. That's amazing. It's very salty, but it's amazing. Better than like having nothing with the steamed rice.
That's right.
Yeah, we used to eat steamed rice only. A lot of times, maybe 50% of chances we eat steamed rice only. So I can eat like this small bowl. We had much bigger in the countryside. So I have 3 big bowls of steamed rice only, without eating anything else.
Yeah, now you think about that. Actually, it's only about carbs.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only carbs. There's no minerals, any other nutrients. Like not like today. We just try to
because the junior high school I was living in the county. The county people, they thought they are city people already.
Okay.
There's urban people.
Okay.
So they use this kind of bowl. So first time I went to the classmate, her home, with like her mom was cooking something for several classmates, and I was really shocked. You guys using this small bowl to eat? Seriously, it's amazing. But then I remember they they even put a dumplings in, right? So her mom made dumplings, like a lot of dumplings. I had 5 bowls of dumplings, but I was half full, to be honest. But then like her mom asked, "Do you want more?" And another bowl. I said, "I'm full already," because we want to be polite. Otherwise, I probably get 10 bowls of this. It's amazing. I still remember that. Like already, last time the same classmate, she's still working in the same county in the government. So she was a local organizer. When anybody from far away to come back for classmates, she was a local organizer to say, okay, let's get who is still in town, still in this county, like around this time. So sometimes we get 10, 12. So she still remember like, you ate a lot that time in my home, like ate 5.
Have you ever told her like you were not you were not full at that time?
No, now I can say like it's
Sure.
Like our home is like a lot bigger. Like even the dumpling a lot bigger. They put tiny dumplings, but it was huge.
That's a difference, and that's very interesting. I guess for my place at home, I always use this size bowl.
I used to eat a lot when I was a kid, and we have no other meats. Very rare we had a meat.
So it's only about rice.
Yeah. But then rice, sometimes the lunch you have soup from zucchinis. We have the Chinese zucchini, the big one. In the summer, they chop slices, make some kind of soup, but almost nothing.
You mean the
冬瓜
Yeah.
胡子也有，胡子胡子是葫芦的一种。对。
Basically don't have any.
And the 丝瓜 as well. Do you know 丝瓜?
Yes.
And
they're all very good for soup.
Yeah, exactly. For the summer, So a lot of times, I had the 3 big bowl of rice and a lot of soup. So after eating, my stomach was so full, I literally cannot move for 1 hour. If I move, I squat, my stomach gonna hurt, physically hurting me. So I'm gonna sit there, here or there, talking for half an hour, 1 hour, then I'm gonna go jump. So it was okay to move. So that kind of memory is crazy.
But actually, we still get like a you were not like fat, right, at that moment.
No, not in countryside.
We could
It's
still
a
manage.
crime to be a fat. To be fat. I never seen any. All my life in our region, never seen anybody fat. I never seen anybody allergic to anything. Like, you know, and even for for all the women I know there, when they had to give birth to a baby, never had a C-section, never, always natural birth. So it's weird because it's when you have the physical, you know, people like always moving, so it's kind of physically strong, very fit, more than fit.
That's right, because we move a lot.
Yeah.
That's what happened, and I guess we get a much better metabolism as well, because like when we were younger, we eat so much, right? But finally we're still fit.
When in Canada they say like allergic to like pollens, allergic. So at the first several years I came here, I laughed about it. It's what the hell? Why do you have
now
like,
it happens to you?
Yeah, it happens after several years. Happened to me. Like I thought, I just breathe. What can you happen? What can happen? Just breathe. Like what can stop you breathing? And it's sneezing. It's not possible. And then it happened. You know, for us, even you give us like a dust, we can smoke dust. We can breathe in dust. Yeah, for me it was really weird. Like people allergic. Even today, like when I last time when I went back, I never see anybody. We never talk about allergic to anything. People allergic to peanuts. We need the peanuts. What kind of peanuts you give us? We can eat the peanuts all day long. Like
that's a myth for me. I don't know if it's only because people never talked about that back to China, or it's just it doesn't exist. That's also.
I guess when you live a life too comfortably, and then you know you live in a too very clean environment, so somehow your immune system is getting weak.
It's possible, but
you have to train them.
That's right. But for allergies, I guess we got it as well. Like most of the Asian people, we are lactose intolerant. I don't know if you get that.
No, we had never. Very few chance to have milk. When we get milk, we never get allergic. Never. Never.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm asking myself.
All our people never had any allergic. Never seen anybody had allergic to anything. But now probably yes, because the living standard is so very high.
Or I would say maybe sometimes, I guess it's quite real to get people get allergies, but maybe sometimes it happened, but we don't know. We didn't know what it was actually.
We just tough it. We kind of we used to when we get the young boys, when we had a headache, we just use a stick to bump the head. It worked for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you tried it and it worked.
Yeah, it worked. And the young boys were tough, and then we have stomach ache. We just mabu like stand like that, and like
stack.
and it's fine, and we kind of fix everything by ourselves.
Okay.
It's tough, like
but physical. I mean,
or they don't care, or the parents don't. They did not have enough time to deal with your trivial stuff, like leave me alone.
Less attention than
exactly.
children because there are several in a family.
And also they are super busy. They had their own extremely hard life already, so they have to work very hard to get whatever they can have. So it's like you saying like you have little tiny issues. Who cares? Just go away.
Yeah, that
like disappear in front of me. Actually, the parents always say, "Don't show up in my face. Disappear from me." That's always they say. Don't bother me. Like disappear from me. Okay, don't let me see you.
Okay, just disappear. Yeah. That's why I have kids. I just want to use them and then use for the family, and that's very interesting actually.
No, big issues, yes.
For sure.
Yeah, if life threatening or whatever, and they're really worried. But if themselves they went through those the finger cuts, we got blood everywhere. We bleed everywhere. Cut here, nobody cared. We put the kerosene oil, kerosene oil.
Really?
Yeah.
And does it help? And
it helped at the end.
Yeah.
I got beaten by a dog. Neighbors would have dog. The 2 hole, you can see the 2 hole on my calf.
Okay.
And the bleeding, and then only thing they do is grab the original dog who was the offender. You grab the dog and use the scissors to cut some hair from the same dog and burn it with the ash, put on your wounds.
Okay.
And
So
then,
okay.
So we did that a lot. So
but at the end of the but
I had no
survived.
rabies. Yeah, I had no rabies. For they said 10 years you may have, but now it's about 30 years past already. I guess right. I'm safe.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we got a lot of those crazy stuff, and also you put some flour, like you have the woods is the cut is deep, or
some of it I guess like it's like herbal medicine, or it could happen, but several of them I would say
and we all the boys, when we see anything moving, we want to beat, like the big wasps, like the wasps like this big, like a head this big.
Okay.
And sometimes we just throw rocks, throw dirt to them.
Okay.
And then they're gonna chase you. A lot of them gonna chase you. Once in a while, you get stung from here, like it's sweating. Like they are a lot worse than bees. The bees, when they sting you, it's not big deal.
Okay.
But the wasp, it swell like crazy.
Okay.
And then we have one kind of vegetable. One kind of not vegetable is vegetation, whatever. We don't eat them most of the time, but you see them somewhere around your house. Okay. It's a little bit like a fluffy and fatty leaf. Okay. You see thickness in the leaves.
Okay.
In them, so you just wrap them around there, and then you hope it's gonna be fine. After 2 days, it disappeared. The swelling is gone. But it may not help. But the old people told you to do that, and you follow that instruction.
Okay.
Yeah. But maybe if you don't do anything, it's gonna go away anyway. But
or you'll go to the hospital.
We don't have hospital there. We did not. Yeah.
But you have medicines. Doctors.
Very rare. Like the one village always have a kind of doctor, just one village.
Kind of 视角医生.
Yeah. But then they will fix yourself. When you get stung by a wasp, where to find that kind of thing and rub it in your head, or you unlucky cannot find and you don't rub.
People know what to do.
Yeah.
And there's always a solution.
Yeah. And then those wasps, like, you just cannot resist the temptation to destroy the hives. You got a lot of trouble. Like they are you destroy their home. They chase you crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A lot of them. Some the big ones, some tiny ones. The tiny ones even crazy. They're more numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All those kind of wild, like when.
Here we got also the same problem. Sometimes you can find how do you say wasp somewhere, and then
马蜂.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Then you're just call a company, and they will deal with it. That's how we do it now.
Yeah, as a boy, we deal with ourselves. We use mud, use a plastic sheet, like plastic bag, and you use the really mushy mud, the mud, and you just suddenly push them to the hive.
Okay.
So they get stuck.
Okay.
So it's kind of still on the hive. They get stuck, so you can grab the whole thing down without getting stung.
So you got all your techniques.
Yeah. It's passed from the old kids to the younger. Your older brothers maybe. That's why sometimes the people living in the city, like Nanjing, the big city, that's lucky. So you have the resources, especially when you like 18, and then you can go to see the world.
Yeah, I guess that's also because of the age, and it started already at my generation, and it's more and more. There are more and more people come out of the country after it, and before it as well. But yeah, it was like
that year was Olympic, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was in Beijing during the Olympic Games. I was there for to learn the French, the intensive courses, and I never went to see any much of it. Yeah, because I was so good. I was so busy studying my French.
But why didn't you stay in Nanjing to learn French?
It's just a program. I didn't decide it.
There's what is that French language learning? There's a big organization in China to learn French. Some food.
Alliance Française.
Yeah, there's a
法蒙.
yeah, Famong, yeah. They're still there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't do my classes there, but I've heard they offer very good like French education, and they're all over the world as well.
But like when you are 18, like a young girl there, like do you kind of your parents worried like you're gonna
I guess my parents
bad
worried
boys
a lot.
stuff, you know?
I guess my parents worried a lot.
So they still let you go abroad like alone?
Yeah, because it's also a little bit like the tendency, like it's like it's nice to do it, and every parents they want send their children to be abroad.
Yeah.
So that's also a little bit.
It's
I guess,
trendy that time, right?
very, yeah. And it's not expensive, and they're able to afford it. But it's still quite hard actually for my family at that moment. It's not like I didn't get a lot of choice. Like several of the families, if they're more at ease, they can just maybe choose American university or a British university. But at that time, I guess European countries was my only choice because it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to afford my study. And that's why also France, because I know that I'm quite good at learning languages. So maybe learning a good language is also a new opportunity for me. And actually, absolutely, it was. It's exactly.
No, it's amazing, right?
Yeah, finally, yeah. But at that moment, I guess I didn't know what was waiting for me in the future.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what my life would be at that time. So that's very amazing.
But were they, like when you the first in France, were they very friendly or like you? Like some people say, not very nice to.
Not that really. I guess I really recognize how people treat Chinese people differently. Maybe 10 or 20 years back and now. There's a big difference.
Yeah, I guess 2000. Oh wait, 2012.
Yep.
I spent 1 week in Paris.
Yep.
With my wife before we got a baby, and that time my wife, I knew some friend. My wife friend was not bad, so there's on the door we kind of sub rent like for several days, like Airbnb that time was not there, but it's you sublease to some people.
Yep.
On the door entrance, it said like something written in French saying the Chinese people here very noisy.
Oh really?
Yeah. The sound nuit. What is the noise or the sound? The French word.
What was that? Bruit?
Yeah, bruit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that time was I confirm with my what does it mean? Like, it's kind of.
Okay.
But it's true though, because even myself living there was people playing mahjong actually on the semi balcony. There was no balcony, but they open somewhere. You can hear very loud, but they just written on the entrance because the whole building is kind of a lot of units.
Sorry, but in any situation, I guess you can just point at an ethnic and saying exactly. Like they are like loud.
Yeah, it's bad. But like you said, you have the internship in Canada. But after how many years in France?
Only 2 years actually. That was my third year. So after learning 3 months course in France, I went to France for another 8 months French courses directly in France. Okay. You said like you are learning French for 10 years, but you are still not able to manage it and to use it like properly in your like daily life. But seriously, I guess when it becomes really necessary, you didn't have any choice.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to survive. Yeah. And because people don't speak any languages they speak, they don't speak it. And actually, when I was in small villages in France, they didn't speak any English neither. So the only way that you want to survive and you want to live is to speak French. So that would help you a lot. It's kind of they force you.
It's exactly better to live a small city instead of Paris. In Paris, probably
if you want to speak the language.
Yeah. In Paris, probably you're gonna get by speaking some French, English, right? So.
Yeah, you're. It's easier to get help from there. Right? It's really not that easy. I struggled a lot as well. Even I know that I was really good at languages. I struggled a lot, and to be accepted by your classmates as well, because you're there, you don't speak that language, but you're in the same class as all the other French people, and you got all the same courses as them. You got also.
So you did not have welcome class or something to get to bring up the language level.
I would say that's the 8 months there, and only for French lessons. That would be the period. But normally, so no, it's not like in Canada. There is a welcome class. I find like maybe here it's an immigrant country.
So it's
the
more
system,
helpful.
Yes, the system has built for the people to be able to get adapted to the society, but it's not the case in a European country because it's not an immigrant country. They won't build this system for people to help you to get into the society. So you need to struggle it by yourself. And it's very interesting actually. Because I'm a survival, so I would say that's very nice experience for me. But maybe not for several.
Everybody,
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just feel it too hard, and then
you need really to be tough.
Yeah, 18 that time were really. Sometimes your ideas about the world is not that kind of mature, or
That's right. And for sure, I would say maybe a big portion of my classmates at that moment as Chinese Chinese students, just like me, they just abandoned at one moment, and several of them returned to China. Several of them started to work without maybe any paper there. There are different ways to do it. I guess I was quite a determined people. Like sometimes I can't see why I was doing that, but I can still go in the same direction without asking any questions. I guess I got that ability at that time, so I'm not like try to see what would happen after. I'm just working on it. And at one moment, it happened. I mean, the internship that helps me a lot actually. When I was in Canada, and I realized it was in Quebec City. That's why I was there for a long time. And I felt the culture difference as well. So several different cultural differences. But still, I mean, if you ask me, the biggest cultural shock would be still the one when I went to France, because that was when I was young, and that's also the biggest culture shock you can get from a Asian country to the whole European and Western world. And after it, actually, to Canada, it's much easier.
It's much easier. Similar.
It's not that similar, but it's quite similar. Yeah.
But being but after that, you went back to France again, right?
Yeah, just to finish the degree.
4 years?
It's 3 years.
Yeah.
The university, there's 3 years.
It's like here. Oh, no, here, no. No, here is 4, I guess.
Here it depends, I guess. And you get CJEP as well, so that's even more
CJEP is crazy. Making things so complicated.
So what happened to me is I finished my bachelor degree in France. Then I went back.
What major?
It's in environment, and I'm still in environment. So and I'm so lucky on that. I majored in environment, and when I choose it, I have no idea what it is actually. I guess me and my parents, we chose them together. But I really like it.
And it's in the West, Canada is very big focus on the environment. So I guess
that's right.
At least people, really protecting.
But not maybe 10 or 15 years ago.
Okay.
So it's quite it's quite risky to choose that at that time. But finally, I really enjoyed it. So I did my bachelor degree in environment, master as well. Then I worked in environment and for different companies, and I'm still in environment.
But the master degree is in France as well?
No, so I did it here.
Okay.
So yes, so I finished my bachelor degree there.
Yeah.
I went back here in Quebec City to continue to do my master degree.
Okay.
And so finally that's very it's super smooth for me, my study path, right? Because it's always the same subjects. It's not like a lot of Chinese people, especially the immigrants, they change several times.
Yeah,
that's you, right?
That's the thing. It's not worth it a lot of time, to be honest. It's not worth it. I did not change. Actually, I work in IT. My first job is in Huawei. I worked there 4 and 5 years and immigrate here. So I work here probably 15, 14 years all the time, full-time employees.
Wow.
Yeah, but only the pandemic changed everything. I lost my job, got laid off at the beginning of pandemic as an IT employee. I work as a network engineer.
Okay.
So without the pandemic, I was still working full-time in IT and on the side to run the restaurant.
Oh, really? So it was only a side project, the restaurant?
Which was, I guess, is still a mistake. If you want to do something well, you cannot put only 20% of your energy or time focus on this project. So it's kind of I always say, it's a mistake. Also, I try to play safe. So play safe mean,
What would you mean it's a mistake?
Mistake, right now I'm kind of stuck in the restaurant business.
Okay.
If I want the restaurant to do okay or well, so I have to be physically here to manage it myself. The way before, the full-time IT and then side job for the restaurant owner, it's not working well. We had different kind of issues, but I was okay with it. That's why I'm saying I'm playing safe. If not losing money, I was happy because I have my paycheck every week.
That's right.
From it's financially, I was okay. So I want to get familiar with the business of restaurant. But there's no turning back unless you fold. You kind of wrap up everything, but you don't want to give up. Especially being.
But you were quite already. I would say you were quite already successful.
It's very hard for this Chinese restaurant to be called successful because there's no prediction or something, no pattern to see. If we are doing this month well, and next month could be something change totally. It's a very hard working thing, and
because that's your own business. I would say you were successful because I guess when I heard of any restaurant, it must be very famous. Like people talk about it, right?
I hope one day we could be a lot more people like us, but it's very difficult to get people like you. Very difficult, because my feeling being in Montreal, at least I'm here 16, 17 years, for the food restaurant business, you will see a clear trend. It's like a Japanese food, ramen noodles, and a Korean barbecue Korean food. They are sushi, everything goes super popular.
And quite expensive as well. Compared to Chinese food.
And also they're more accepting. Like general population, either international students, office people, in downtown area, they more accepted like Japanese food, Korean food.
That's right.
And pho noodles from Vietnamese noodles. And Chinese food is we are in the tough spot. It's not there's no high end here and not even middle end. So we're living on the low end. So it's very labor consuming. It's like you make here there mistakes and then get reputation even worse. It's not going well, and it's the problem. And we survive. We deal with this other Chinese restaurant dealing the similar situation. So that's why at the beginning I want to be a little bit different to break away from the kind of the pattern,
stereotypes,
or the pattern, and you always rely on the compete really competitive price and also the quantity, tasty. that's the thing I always want to break away. I don't want to rely on that one to see. I want to be a little bit like more comprehensive, to be everything, to have
You want everything
yeah.
all at once. So.
Yeah, not only saying like come to your place for, oh, this food is great. Other than that, nothing. All the price is good for this portion, and that it's I
You
don't
want
want
to find a balance of everything together.
Yeah, or the service or the feel of the company, the vibe with some people, but the pandemic just make it like dead. That you want to vibe in pandemic, no way. It's a.
So you didn't try to find another new job, because I guess in your industry it's quite easy to find a new job, right?
It's easy. I guess still today, if I go look for IT job, the similar position, I should be okay.
Yes.
My English is okay. My experience almost 20 years, actually 20 years experience.
Very, very senior.
Yeah. But I was not good at the technical side. I'm a people person, so my communication was, but I'm not very kind of hard negotiator or some good communicator to kind of negotiate whatever tough situations. I'm too soft. So it's
you get your energy from people.
Yeah, it's tough for me to organize people as well. Sometimes you have to be tough, whatever meant. Want to challenge people in the challenging situation. Sometimes you want to be soft or easy with everybody. So
you don't have to always deal with all of that situations either. I mean, you get
once in a while you will see.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. One time I get very close to the previous job, the job right before the pandemic. I was given a team leader position temporarily, so it was really interesting. I got a lot of
how it works.
Yeah. I got a lot of ideas, and the manager really liked it. And then we, at the end it fell apart because the people I deal with, the way I deal with several team members, but I was not their supervisor, but I play a role of supervising them. But they were not cooperating. Some of them play along, but some of them just give you a little bit trouble, like give you a nudge to see how you react. So, but when you are not mature, and then you overreact sometimes.
I see.
So that's right before the.
So you were a little bit traumatized by that experiences.
I realized like I'm not that kind of material. At least that time I was too not thick-skinned, little bit thin-skinned. So you're not, people challenge you a little bit, you just reacted. Sometimes you just let it go.
Maybe sometimes you just need more experience also, because that's the first time that that happened to you, so you don't know how to react.
Exactly,
it's normal.
Yeah. But after that, like some time after that, my wife wanted to stay away from her office job after having baby. So, and then we came up with the idea of having restaurant. And then that's
like 100% of your energy.
Yeah, so we get stuck. It's but if I did not do a restaurant, probably we had, it's like too much free time, to be honest. Like in the IT job, like every day was not so busy. So it's kind of
that's here. I mean, Canada. I would say maybe
that's
Chinese people would think.
So that's why I had a run at night. And I play soccer a lot, and then here, there,
That's great. That's great.
A lot of free time. Now I almost have no free time at all. Before I had too much time. Too much time. Then you create a lot of, you're getting one thing and suck all the time out of your life.
So now, like from the pandemic, you took over the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like
it's very. I work, I guess, every day. Almost get up 6 till work like 14, 15 hours a day, every day, almost every day.
Like nowadays, even now?
Yeah, even
actually?
now.
Wow, okay.
So you have to, I get some days, twice a week, I go to the wholesale vegetable places.
So you're really doing everything by yourself now? Like quality control?
No, the vegetables we always got from the wholesale, because you have to get boxes of broccoli, sometimes 3 boxes of broccoli, and some onions, some potatoes. There's like 50 pounds. So you have to get those from, either you ask a delivery, but after delivery you give them list. They charge you more for their services, right? But then the margin will be cut for them.
That's
So
right.
and also
That's right.
sometimes you don't know, like the Chinese eggplant, some stuff, some one store they don't have it, so they have to go different one, and then it could be
They
challenging as
charge
well.
you more. Okay.
Could
I
be
see.
different as well, challenging as well, because like even the quality is different sometimes, because you have to. For me, would be green beans and the Korean cabbage, the one that called flag cabbage or bao cai. In here somehow they call Korean cabbage.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 高丽菜. Actually, in Chinese as well, they say 高丽菜, Korean.
Like it's a Taiwanese way to say it.
Probably.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So and also green beans. So those three, the broccoli everywhere. You get broccoli from all those three major supplies. You always get them. They all have broccolis, onions, potatoes,
Yeah,
green peppers. They all have. But those kind of special one are the long hot pepper, the spicy one, the hot one, called long hot. That
Okay.
pepper, the skinny one.
Yeah, yeah, it's super.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's green
Yeah, yeah.
as well,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Hey, actually, do you want the rice? Want more rice?
I guess I'm okay. I'm thinking maybe I want more water.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm super full now.
I like eating it actually.
But they're super good. We're almost finished. This one is like the most famous one.
But you said you were in Quebec City for 8 years?
Yeah, for 8 years. That's a long time.
So
it's
for
from 20 to 28. I mean 20.
18, 20. Oh, 20 to 28.
Yeah, years old. Yeah.
2010 to 2018, right?
Around that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So I'm.
Then you're working there as well, right? Because only.
Yeah, I worked there already for the federal government there. Then I changed to a different department. That's why I moved to Montreal. And it's also a personal choice because I wanted always to move to another city at that time. And
was too small, right? Quebec City is.
Quebec City is very small. Yeah. There are several advantages as well, for sure.
Super beautiful, super pretty.
That's right.
The city was crazy.
But I would say the same thing for Montreal. I guess once it becomes your city that you live in, then that changes all your perspective as well. Yeah. It's not that beautiful because you work by the same river every time. But it's a very nice place. I would say if you're looking for
Montreal is only downtown is not pretty, but other than
I would say everywhere is pretty.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes a little bit dirty or garbage here.
Yes, that's possible. Yeah, yeah.
A little bit messy.
A little bit, yeah. But it's just different. You get different tastes from different. I would say a district from in Montreal. I really like it because it's so different from place to place.
But you you are the citizen here already, or?
Yeah, actually, yes. I just got it very recently.
Really?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah.
So
pandemic just slowed down everything as well.
So you kind of claim your loyalty to the Queen.
But I did it already before, right? Because I worked for the federal government for several years.
You have to take an oath.
I mean, I worked already for Canadian people before, and related to the Queen as well. So, yeah, that's very tolerant. I found that. Yeah. Like, you don't even have to be
citizen
or even Canadian. Or actually, when I entered that job in federal government the first year, I was even not a
resident, not a permanent resident.
No.
Really?
I worked with my work permit for a while.
That's why we're a progressive country. Progressive.
Yeah, that just surprised a lot of people too.
And what do you like Montreal? Like, what do you think of Montreal? But since you don't have French problem, you will like it even more, I guess.
It depends as well. I guess, especially compared to Quebec City, what I like Montreal more is really diversity. Yeah. Quebec City is still quite close, quite small, but there are a lot of advantages too. Things like if you want to have a stable life, it's like the best place that I've known. I would say
Quebec City.
Yeah, it's very low cost, and there are a lot of nature just around the whole city. Yeah. you can
The
just
port is amazing. That I visit that.
the old port.
Yeah, the old port is amazing. It's opening up to the sea, right? It's like an opening up to there's a
Yeah, it's not a sea, but it's Saint Lawrence.
yeah.
Saint
Oh,
Lawrence.
but
Yeah.
it's super wide.
Yeah, it is. Actually, Quebec in the First Nation language, it means where the river became larger.
Oh,
So actually,
opening up. Yeah.
that's what it means. In I don't know which language it is. I won't.
Native language.
Yeah, native language.
That's amazing. So I went there 2 or 3 times, I guess. Every time I went there is amazing. There's a wooden deck, and then the whole platform was.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's at the back is a castle, whatever, right? The stone wall.
That's right. It's a chateau.
Yeah, chateau. Yeah.
It's very nice. Yeah. And since it's a small city, you can just live really, really near the whole center, the whole old city. And I guess I live. I moved several times inside of the city as well, but I can always walk to the chateau and the whole old port park, and maybe only about 10 or 15 minutes walk, and it's only that distance.
For Montreal, I really the city I first came like 17, 18 years ago is amazing, really.
Yeah, you just feel less charm of the city once you live here, I guess. But it's still there. I mean, it's your daily life, and it's still there. I really like it, and I guess so answer your question. So what I most like about Montreal? It's really about diversity. It's like you get different neighborhood, and you get different community, like Asian, Chinese, Korean, and you got also Arabian and Caribbean and Hispanic as well. So it's a big melting pot, I would say. I really like this part of it. I would say, like everyone stands for a big part of Montreal, and that's how Montreal is made of. Compared to other regions in Quebec, you would say still sure. I mean, French-speaking Quebecers, they are still the most of the population, and then you get some diversities, but it's never can be as equal as the rest of the Quebecers. So this part of Montreal, I really like it. Like I can easily find Spanish-speaking people, and if I want to try to practice my Spanish, I can easily find people, right?
You speak some Spanish, or
just a little bit, but not a lot. But that's super easy to find if you want to just have a language exchange partner. It's very, very easy. Or even in Japanese or in Korean. So.
But beside the running, like, would you have other hobbies here, or like?
I would say everything, anything which is like outdoor activity.
Okay.
I'm quite into it.
Yeah. Do you drive here? No.
You mean drive? You mean drive a car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive.
Oh, that would be amazing. So you can go anywhere, like a lot of outdoor, like the national parks.
That's right. I organize activities. Maybe you didn't know about that. I have a group, I organize the outdoor group here in Montreal.
Really?
And I organize.
What do you guys do? What kind of activity?
Most
hiking?
of them are hikings. Yes, hikings. Most of them are hikings. And
it's like a Chinese or like everybody, or
it's a Chinese. I attended also other activities from like if other people organize, like just for everyone. But mine is for the Chinese community. Because I know I got more experience on hikings because I did so many of them when I was in Quebec City. I guess like people would know, like if they have some questions, they would ask me because I guess I hiked most of the mountains here. It's very, very real. Like I never heard of a mountain just near.
Yeah. It's amazing hiking. Actually, like if I was always bored all the time, probably I would start hiking or organizing some friends or like do the hiking thing, but then the restaurant came because everything changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But without, yeah, otherwise like we had those little, we had the mountain bikes, we had the camps, the tents for the camping.
The camping
We did
equipment.
that when we were young, like without kids, like me and my wife, I guess we went camping in different national parks, and also
That's really nice.
one of them even primitive. The primitive almost a lot of them we did was the semi-service. The semi-service you have electricity, whatever, and then you still. But the one we got like in one little park,
Yep.
is called primitive, and then
Okay.
you have to get everything like at least 1 or 2 kilometers without any trail. It's crazy.
I really like that too.
Yeah.
I've been down several white campings like that, and I'm doing also backpacking campings. So which means you have everything on your back.
Yeah.
I really like that actually.
So that's why right now having restaurant, that's all gone. Yeah, it's like we had a lot of stuff. The small tent was super cold. Sometimes only like 2 or 3 degrees, and it's crazy.
Then you need a very good sleeping bag. That's the secret.
Yeah, the minus 30, 40 thing. The minus that we still have that 2 of the sleeping bag. They're lasting forever.
It's a very good investment
yeah, it's
for
lasting.
life.
Yeah, it's lasting.
And for your health.
Yeah, for lasting forever.
Yeah, so I know that I guess because inside of the Chinese community, I feel like people are not that outdoorsy, like in general. I just want to like spread my passion, in outdoor activities to the other Chinese people. So that's why I organize.
I guess we work too hard. Like me, I work every day. And some, when they have kids, they're gonna focus everything on kids.
That's right.
The extra curriculum thing, activities. They sign up a lot of camps, a lot of courses.
That's right. Yeah, I guess for me, that's also.
A lot of them either they retire, or they're super young.
Yeah.
They got a lot of time. When I was bored, when I had a lot of time in my hand, I had a lot of time.
That's really nice. For me, I've never got any like free time. No. I don't feel that like until now actually, from my young age until now. I guess you need to learn to be able to waste time and then to be able to organize them and to manage the time. Seriously, yeah. But because I've never got any like free time, and I always felt like super busy, felt like fear of missing out. I always just put a lot of things in my schedule. I'm even not sure it's a good thing, but for the outdoor activity, I guess it's a good thing to leave people to.
At least you are super healthy and see a lot of and you have a lot of time thinking, I guess, right?
Thinking about
things, meaning of life, whatever.
Not yet, I would say, but yeah, I tried. That's maybe a part of me. I mean, maybe when you're talking about thinking, I'm worrying about, like that's also a little bit anxious about like life and.
But I guess you have group people hiking. Either you are talking to each other, or like you're gonna think about something in your mind.
That's a very good point. Yes, yes, I would say that. Actually, it's not only for outdoor activities. Only we don't focus only on activities.
Yeah.
Yes, we talk, and there are things happen. Like when you're doing hiking, sometimes you talk to people, you get inspired, and you advance also in other things in your life. I really like the social. Function of,
exactly.
of hikings as well.
Some ideas, exchange some ideas, the way of life, style. Yeah.
I guess I enjoyed even more this part than the hiking part when I hike with people. I just like to talk to different people. Since I organize it, people would come to talk to me as well. And then I talk to people, we exchange ideas. That's a part of it. That's very important part of it.
Do you still bring walkie-talkies?
No. Why?
So you don't. But if somebody gets like lost or like.
I see. Actually.
And if like maybe 200 meters behind, or
I see, I see. Actually, for hikings that I organize here, it's not like a super hard level.
Okay, okay.
I just want to initiate people. So it's always like family, kids, they're welcome, and it won't be too hard.
Do you still want?
I still have my work, so it's okay. Okay, thanks.
I'm going to go downstairs to get some.
Okay. So for hiking, that's, I mean, yeah. So it's always easy ones that I organize, and maybe with several friends we will organize like wide campings, and nowadays cell phones are very useful, but not always, because we got a lot of regions that you don't get
you don't have signal.
That's right. So that happened a lot as well. But I guess the idea is to stay together, to stick together.
Yeah.
Even for groups. My biggest group would be around 30 people, I guess.
30 people?
Yes. And most of the time, since now people know my group, and it's always like an easy or intermediate level. And people always come, like several of them, or together with friends. So now, it's around 20 to 30 every time. Normally, I always get a like assistant for me, a friend who hiked like often as well. So one will be in the front, and another one just try to make sure everyone is with us. Yes, that's the idea.
But you organize or communicate like use WeChat group as well? Or?
Yeah, only WeChat group.
Yeah.
And I'm, to be honest, in the very first beginning, I choose to organize activities because I just arrived in Montreal. I didn't have any friends and hiker friends. So I was like, okay, I just organize like activities, and if people want to come, I would have people to know and to talk to. That's the very first ideas about it. And after it becomes bigger and bigger. It has been only 3 years, and at the very beginning, I was very disciplined, I would say.
Okay.
And it was about every week. So every week, anyway, I will go out.
More strict, or the more strict schedule. Or?
Exactly. And I was anyway, I would go out. So if people won't join me, I would be happy. And if they don't want to, I would be alone. But it would be okay too. So anyway, I would do it. So that's at the beginning. And from the pandemic, I would say, or even from the second year of the pandemic, I got other things to do because I tried to try other new things during the pandemic since we couldn't go out. Then I had any.
I thought you can go to the national park, right? Even
during several times, no, but you still got options. But I guess it's for myself. Like I restarted to learn piano during pandemic. I restarted several other things, and I tried. So
keep yourself busy.
So finally, I didn't get all of that free time as before that I can go. I can contribute to hikings. So that's what happened. So finally, now it's not like every week that I organize something, but it'll be just when I have time. So I try to keep it also like every month or every 2 months to be sure like people still want to just check the messages to see if I post an activity. So that's what happened. Actually, other than
so you have hiking, you have running. Running is like
running
is more frequent or something.
Now running is more frequent because I'm in a program. Because I'm training for marathon, so I need a little bit like
But really, that like, for me, it's like I have straight thinking or the But like you have even somebody mentioned you have a training coaching thing. But for me, just running, just go run.
It's right. But if you want, I guess my idea about running, it's not like to have several, like to earn money from running. I guess it's to be able to finish a marathon, but safely. Because if you don't train yourself correctly, it'll be a little bit dangerous to do a 42 kilometers. It's just about that.
Because one young guy died several years ago, right? Was 19. There was what is the AED, that device to start your heart? They did not have that on site, and that poor young runner, like he was only 19, I believe. he died because of like they were like a lot of minutes late.
I guess it's sometimes it's quite.
But I think it
often.
should be fine. It should be fine.
Um,
I never worry about anything. If you out of breath or cannot continue, and then you say, oh, that's my limit. And next week I push it a little bit more. Like
you could be also sometimes it could happen to athletes as well to have a heart attack. You don't know what happened. You don't know when it will happen to you. Neither, but I guess if never it happened to you, not because of like you didn't train yourself well. I mean, it will happen. It could happen at any time in your life. So that won't change anything.
But they always say like you run, it will wear down, a lot of wear on your knees. Is that true or?
I guess it is. Yes.
It is. It's true.
You need to protect them, and you need to listen to them. If any, I guess for me anyway, if I feel anything tiny, uncomfortable thing that happened there, I stop.
You're very cautious.
You need to. You have to because you want to run more and more, right? So you want to run longer in your life, and
I guess that's the thing. Give me what I check it's still running or not. Yeah, but actually for me it's opposite because that's the thing. You're very careful, and that's why you don't eat drink something with sugar. For me, I do everything, and also, I guess when I feel I'm okay with physical stuff, I used to like when you wash dishes, a lot of plates together. I used to grab them like a lot, but then throughout this year, last year, I felt my back,
the lower back.
I think. You could have, probably I did something not careful, it's like,
it's possible,
it's, and also when I play soccer, before the pandemic, I had a team always play in Brossard. And then on Sunday morning, even every week we still play, yesterday also. And then that time I live in West Island, and Saturday morning, early morning, starting 7 o'clock, I have a local team in the West Island, so we play there. So 2 days back to back, and I never do warm up. I never do after the thing to stretch or whatever. And then that's 3 or 4 years ago. I had the big problem with the back. That time was big. It's sharp pain. Sometimes you feel the sharp pain.
Okay, like it's electric shock, right?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Bones,
it's really bad. And then was some other guy in the team. They said this guy always. He said like. You don't have your body rest. Like the Saturday, Sunday, within the 24 hours, if you always try your best to play hard, and then your bodies have never, even the professional, they don't do this way.
That's right. Yeah. I guess
But I make that mistake all the time. Like
I learned. I guess I'm not that cautious at the beginning, but when you get but you can get injured, right? And after you get injured, you rethink about it. If you want to play more.
2 weeks ago, 14 days ago, I injured my calf. The left calf. When I was playing soccer a little bit, and then I felt something snap or some stone hit my calf. It's a muscle, like pulled. I guess pulled a muscle.
Have you been to the hospital? Because it could be something more severe as well.
That's my thing. I don't. I'm from a village. I treat things my own way.
Oh my gosh.
So it's fine. So the first 2 days is really painful.
Is there a real a store that hit you? Or?
No. It's when you pull the muscle, especially the calf or the thigh. It's the muscle inside this snap, and then it happened twice already. Like last time was the right calf.
It could be something severe, about the ligament.
Yeah, no. Ligament is different. When we play soccer so many years, we know what's crazy.
Okay.
So when you can move your foot, it's fine.
Right. That's right.
But the problem is for the 2 days, 2 weeks ago, 2 days I was in the restaurant. I limping all the time because I limped all the time. It's first 2 days was really bad. Was hurting. Like when one position you put your pressure on the foot, when you walk, so you just cannot. But last Sunday, next Sunday, and last Sunday and yesterday, I played goalie for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I can run. Even last week I could run. It's no problem. But the feeling is crazy. Like when somebody hit you or kick you on the calf or the leg, you know it. But then when you had that accident, nobody around you, so it's the fatigue of the muscle.
Okay.
And one that was 3 or 4 years ago it's an indoor game in the winter, indoor soccer game, and I thought was like some kind of stone this size, the high speed hitting my calf. I thought was something like hitting me from air, but I was look. There's a roof. It's indoor.
That's right.
So it's a roof. So then I realized like it's the
only
muscle.
about the muscle.
Yeah, it's muscle. You feel like boom. It's like that. It's like a hit by a bullet.
It could really be ligament as well because
No, that one not.
Okay.
It's the same thing. But this time, the 2 weeks ago, it was the same feeling, but less tense.
Okay.
It's less tense. It maybe like a stone throw. Stone. It's not like flying high speed flying stone. But it's the same. I had the experience, so I knew it's. I didn't do anything. It's okay now. It's,
Okay.
Yeah, I can play. Yesterday even I could play, but I was playing goalie to be super hot. Yesterday was 40 degrees, so I was relaxing. I knew I had to come to restaurant to work, so I was relaxing and then did not want to risk again. But it's super. It's the thing. It's the actually this kind of it's the only reason it happened is I did not do any warm up.
No.
Do not do stretch. I mean, this twice I made the same mistake. Now next week if I really want to play Sunday, I probably are gonna spend 10 minutes to do the stretching warm up.
Yes, especially actually with age. I feel it when I was doing
crazy.
sports. I get at the beginning of 20s and now I'm in the beginning of 30s. There are so much difference.
Yeah, it's different. I'm 40. I'm 42, so I feel like that's why it's kind of wrong decision. Bad decision having wrestling. When you are super young, you have more physical capability, endurance. Like that time, probably doing this labor thing, the restaurant is better. The office is not boring. Now it's like when you are getting older, probably it's better to sit in the office, relax a little bit, not doing this. Everything is opposite.
It's not possible to before. How do you manage the restaurant before pandemic?
It's just like it's not a management. Even today, there's not much management. That's still I think I'm not a. It's kind of a. It's not a real company or business. Sometimes it's not professionally managed. So
I won't say that because
it's bad. It's not bad, but it's not. It's still not today what I think as the management perspective. I want to manage it much better. But a lot of constraints, a lot of restrictions. You're dealing with different person, different situations. It's very, very hard, but still far from what in my picture as a because I'm coming from an engineering background. So it's still very, very far from what I wanted. Even I can never, realize that. But just keep trying a day, little bit.
Yeah, moving. I guess that's about management. And
if you move too much, too fast, you're gonna have other issues as well. So now I'm a little bit older. I'm a little bit mature, I guess. It's.
You can still. You can still have your own time.
Yeah.
You can just give a part of your job to any other people, and it's possible.
Yeah, it's trying to delegate, right? Delegate.
And you could be only the person try to be there to ensure to cover the problem if that happens, but you don't need to be there.
I'm still learning and figuring out how to deal with all kinds of issues or situations or delegate to make the life, especially like when my daughter is 9, 10, it's better to spend more time to it's otherwise even you are working super hard to support the family, they will say, hey, appreciate but it's you lose the time for this after 10, 12 they're gonna rebel, they have their crazy ideas, so you're gonna it's not easy to that to get along. The younger it's easier to get along, they follow your lead, but when they are teens, they don't they think you're not cool and then you're not right, you're wrong.
That's necessary, and that's how we all become an adult in the world.
You learn your own mistakes, you have your own idea, that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
But from parents' perspective, this guy's
it's the end of the world. But at the same time, I guess you are right. For children, actually, you can, I mean, you can't redo it again.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it's passed, it's
Yeah.
passed.
So right now I'm still learning this business to see hope
balance everything together.
yeah, it's especially it's like labor consuming. It's like a lot of its time. It's, you have to. It's like I always say like in the IT you can copy paste. You know, copy paste and then you do. But in restaurant business you cannot do the copy paste. If you have 10 people ordering and 20 people ordering, you have
we will finish this one.
yeah, you have to cook it 20 times, taking a lot of time and energy and prepare the ingredients.
Yeah,
It's that's the thing is the scalability. This restaurant, I guess only McDonald's does really well on the scalability.
Okay.
So scalability is a big thing. There's no, for us, it's very, very small percentage you can do the scalability, scale up. So,
that's right.
Yeah, the franchise thing, it's very bad idea for like the traditional Chinese food, because every restaurant you very difficult to maintain that level of consistency the same. But hamburgers, yes. Fries, yes. Pudding, yes.
How about like bubble tea stores?
Yeah, bubble tea is all franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you don't have franchise, bubble tea, it's a guarantee you're not gonna survive.
Yeah, and I guess you get a restaurant, not a restaurant, a small, franchise around your restaurant. The pongo, the Congo thing, right? The Korean.
Pongo, yeah, Pongo, the Korean, the hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And I saw it as franchise everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I guess it's so popular. Yeah, it's so popular. But like the bubble tea, you have presso tea, and then meet up, and then have shui.
Yeah,
and what
all
else?
That kind. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There are elaborate
and the cocoa and yifang.
Of them.
All of them are franchise.
Yes.
Because
and
the 幸福堂.
That one I never tried.
幸福堂, the good is the bubble. The what is the boba, whatever. Boba.
Boba, I guess it's the American way to say the bubbles.
Yeah, that's confusing. but the bubble, what is the bubble, right?
Yeah, for me it's a bubble.
Yeah, and they do it on site. They do it like really fresh. They had a little machine to have from the whatever the powder.
Like handmade in store.
Yeah. And then also they kind of stir fry that thing. There's a So it's kind of really chewy and soft.
Okay.
So it's like fresh. So the bubble is better than any of other bubble.
Okay.
But the other thing, everybody's judge. But it's like slow. It's kind of because you are doing that. It's like at least it's hot. The bubble is hot, like in a wok, like kind of stuff. That's the signature thing. That's the signature time. The signature is from New York, I guess. The franchise from America. It's from Taiwan originally.
Yep.
But they have a lot of store in Canada. It's everything in Taiwan. This bubble tea is crazy.
That's right.
And the
but shui or something like that, it's also from Taiwan?
Shui, I'm not sure. Prezzo and yifang and Xingfu Tang.
Okay.
Shui, I'm not sure. But they got several as well. They're good as well.
Yep.
And the cocoa.
Yeah,
there's cocoa. So for them, it's like Note, but Note is not franchise.
Also Chatime. Chatime is
Chatime is the first one. It's the first one, but right now I guess a little bit in trouble because of the competition from all other fancy ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, because their flavor was like too old or like it's not fancy, it's not interesting anymore. So because new franchise, they always come up with new flavor, crazy, the caramel, sugar, whatever the stuff.
Exactly.
It's always amazing. So that's called a copy paste because you have one, you easy to train and few options and then everything easy. So but like dumplings as well. Dumpling is good. The dumpling restaurants here, they're doing very well in Montreal.
Copy paste.
Yeah, copy paste.
Okay.
Yeah, for us you cannot copy paste.
That's right, but that's why it's unique, maybe.
It's unique, but it's kind of hard. Unique.
Yeah.
Uniquely hard. Uniquely difficult. It's still learning.
It's really nice. It's really hard and nice to have a restaurant, I guess. I guess that would be something that I wanted to do when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but you need to have I mean, you need to have your label. You need to know what you want to do, and not only just like all the others. That won't work. And I guess you're doing a very good job. Because
I try to like have a meeting place. It's a social place. That's why I club. Like
It's the secret. Yeah, that just
I always
distinguish you from all the other restaurants.
Yeah, also but they could be a very wrong idea because I always thought not only this meeting place, but that's almost right now pandemic is not good. But the whole restaurant is a meeting social place. That's my idea. It's not only about food, it's about people meeting. That's the restaurant is the place, maybe not 50-50, like 50%, 50 on the food, and 50 about people meeting together, your family, your friends, your colleagues. So they have a nice place to eat, sit, and chat, and also have a okay food, not great food, but it's good food. And then that kind of stuff, it's my idea, especially like the bar, like all the bar pubs, you don't go there for you don't go there for they are so good at this.
You go for beer, for snacks, for
it's
coffee.
not the beer there is amazing, a lot better than the other bar. It's the atmosphere, it's the place you meet people. The restaurant a similar thing, but at least you have more focus on the food than the bars, right? Or the bars on the drinks, like the drink from this bar to that bar, not that crazy different. But it's like the restaurant is like if you have space and quiet, and then people, and also you meet people as well. The owners meet people, and then like they know you, you know them, and then it's like it's a physical social media. Like
That's
you have,
right.
it's
I understand what you're talking about
but
now.
the reality is nobody even
really
cares.
come to a Chinese restaurant to
Exactly. Also, your
social.
you have an idea, but nobody even cares about your idea. That's the thing. Could be a wrong idea. It's not feasible, not reasonable.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean,
that's why, like for me, like having a restaurant, my own, to say like, oh, let's have a little club thing. Into
it could be a very interesting idea. I guess for my perspective, maybe I say it totally wrong, but when you're talking about that to me, I would think about maybe to have some very short menu, like easy choice, and some drinks as well, like special drinks, so people can only take a drink without taking any meals. So that makes more
my wife
choices
was my wife was talking about this, but like have interesting drinks, like one or two. We were still discussing, like, because for us we're still a Chinese restaurant, so people expect Chinese restaurant have a good Chinese food. So this part right now we cannot fail. We have to improve, or if we fail this
or
one,
at least stay at the same standard.
Exactly. So right now it's very difficult in the pandemic. So almost we're lucky, I guess, almost finish the pandemic. So we how to regroup, how to because we lost a lot of employees, I guess, staff.
Oh yeah, like everywhere. I mean, it's the shortage of staff everywhere now. And but there are also opportunities as well. You have time to rethink about it, or even if never you want to find another job. I mean,
comparing closing a business, and find a new job, is the losing a business, the loss is huge.
Sure.
Because a job you can get today or next month or next year, you can find a job.
It's easy for you.
It's the you could be a little bit job. Some job is a little bit better, some be a little bit worse, but not big difference. But when you have a okay working business and a failed business, that difference is huge on you.
That's right.
Just cannot. I get some water for you, okay? You still have some? I can
I'm almost finished.
Quickly,
Okay, take your time. It's really running. Almost finished.
拿点水，会。 So great.
Thanks.
Oh. So do your parents they want to move here as well? Or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess they won't say no. They won't try. They want to try.
Okay. Do they speak English or some?
Several words, maybe not that much.
Okay.
How about you?
My parents are still in the village.
Yeah, but do they want to, have they ever come here?
No, they even when I was in Shenzhen after university, they even did not go to Shenzhen.
Okay, so that's their choice, or you never invite them?
No, it's we're very good relationship, very close. But the problem is they're in their 70s. I guess the physical condition is not allowing that. You know, it's like
maybe for a visit, it could be worthwhile. My parents went. I came to see me twice. One time in 2014, another time just before pandemic, when I moved to Montreal.
Yeah. They like Montreal, or they find
they really like Montreal a lot. Actually, I'm not. I don't live. I live in Montreal. I live in Brossard.
Okay.
There is a very big Chinese
community. Brossard is like new Chinatown or China City. Yeah.
And so they really enjoyed it because I went to work one day and they went out for a walk. And then they just meet people who are doing like square dance and all the the 八卦掌.
Okay.
And all of that Chinese stuff, they met them and they became friends very fast because they're all at the same age and they have quite very similar family situations. Their children works here, live here, so it's very easy for them to bond there. And even at that, I remember I had no idea what happened that morning, right? So they just went out for work, and in the afternoon by 4, I received a message from a guy I don't know who he is. He was saying, "Hi, I'm a friend of your mother, and they want us to meet." So that's how it works, like in the whole small society. So I guess they really enjoyed here, and they also enjoy to go to the Asian market here, the Chinese market here.
In Brossard, the Shiji City.
Exactly, and just saying, like ordering things in Chinese, saying, I want that piece of meat, not the one under it. Exactly. That I guess they enjoy that a lot because that's a part of life they can experience in a different country, and they can still find a connection.
That's cool. Brossard is crazy right now. A lot of Chinese people living there.
And for food and for everything. I guess I enjoyed Brossard a lot for its food.
It's amazing there.
Activity.
I go every week there for playing soccer.
You said your group is there.
Yeah, great. Anything? Do you have anything to add or something? We can almost 2.5 hours.
We can finish it here.
And something to add, or like you have what else? You have other plans or something near future?
What would my near future plan? Actually, I'm in transition of different works.
Okay.
That's why I'm free today, and I really enjoy the opportunity, and so that's how we can have time to meet, and that's really nice. I hope that I will enjoy my new job. I hope so.
It's a company inside of government, right?
No, it's not. Actually, I can completely out of the government. So it was a very big decision.
Okay. So
the public function,
right now it's a private company.
Yes, it is. Okay. So because it was a big decision though, because I guess my parents or even the people around me, they would think it's a good idea to stay inside of
they always like government jobs. I would like the government job, stable forever.
And even you get paid as well. You get a lot of vacations.
A lot of
all the social advantage, all the perks. But I guess it's also a personal choice. Because I entered in the government quite early. I was like the youngest one among like everyone. And after 5 years now, I guess it's a moment.
Okay.
And I know that we will get a super good pension maybe after
some years,
65 years years old, but that's a long time. I want to live my life. So
that's great.
That's the whole story.
And you kind of plan to stay in Montreal for a lot of years, right?
Actually, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Because of the French language? No, you're quite good at it. You know, the people good at the French try to leave, and the people bad at French stay.
No, I guess because I still don't feel like I belong to a city, because I've been traveled a lot, and
You want to try Toronto? Or?
I have no idea. I've been questioning myself for a long time, like in which city I want to live, or I don't feel like to prepare to settle down yet. I guess that's the question. That's the problem.
That's the freedom of choice.
Yep, and we still have it. I mean, somehow.
It's amazing. Okay, great. Can I put your last name as well on the?
Sure.
It's the
徐
just 双人徐吗？
对。
Okay, 徐州的徐。
对。
Okay, great. Tengfei 徐。Tengfei is just like this
非很复杂，非是雨字头底下一
个。非
洲的非。是的。
是这个城市也是这个
城
啊，
对，
对马字。
对。
Interesting. Great. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me to dinner.